That's right.
Did you know this from very early on?
Did I notice?
Yeah.
I think so. I think I did, but I didn't. I think I did, but I don't think I said it out loud for some time. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever been asked that before, and I need to think about how to answer that specific question.
You get the Stumper Award, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Here we go.
Hello, welcome to Seattle. My name's Carlos.
Carlos.
I could say I love you, but actually I love my wife. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's a big fan of the X-Files, and my sister got me into the series. Actually, I wanted to ask about some of your voice acting work. It's like the Japanese animation film Princess Mononoke. Just wanted to ask, how's the experience doing that when you played the wolf god?
Well, the wolf in Princess Mononoke, the Japanese version of it, the wolf was played by a transvestite actor in Japan, and so the wolf had a wonderful deep tone to its voice in the original, and I don't exactly have a deep voice, so that was my goal. I think that was probably one of the first animated things that I did. And I was working really, really hard to make my voice as deep as possible, and it just wasn't happening. So it was a bit of a challenge. I love Miyazaki's films. I think I've seen all of them, and they were a big part of my daughter's childhood as well. And there's a fantastic website that sells all of the Studio Ghibli memorabilia. It's got like 260 pages of things that you can buy. And so, and they have some really, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but was it last Christmas? Anyway, I bought her some cool stuff. That's all I wanted to say. Back to the point. I did. There's another one called Up on Poppy Hill, which apparently is like the highest-grossing film in Japan ever. And there's a bunch of people who did the voices for that, and I did that last year. It should be coming out soon. It's a lot milder than a lot of the other Miyazaki films, but that's all I got to say about it. Thanks.
Were you ever able to get your voice deep?
No.
No. Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Gillian. I'm a professor, so I'm going to have to ask an academic question, so sorry in advance. So aside from being a feminist icon, the character and the show have been submitted to a lot of academic analysis and articles. And have you ever been bored enough to actually read any of those works?
No, not yet, but somebody handed me her dissertation yesterday. Are you here?
Excellent.
So I'm going to get myself bored enough so that I can read her dissertation. And then the answer will be
flight
yes.
home.
Yeah, okay. And thank you again for being a great, Generation X icon.
Thank you.
Hi, Gillian.
Hi.
Hi. I actually mentioned this film to you yesterday at the signing table. Really enjoyed your performance in Tristram Shandy. And the one thing I really like about that film is in the scene where you're negotiating your appearance in Tristram. It's unlike what would normally happen in a Hollywood film negotiation, as far as what I understand. So my question is, have you ever been in a negotiation where it was that smooth and you just absolutely agreed to everything right off the top, or is it generally a far more involved process?
Yeah, there's lawyers involved and stuff like that, and it usually takes weeks. I mean, I think that was just like, hey, yeah, sure, I'll get on a plane, thanks, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Yeah. And what drew you to Tristram Shandy, considering it's a film about making a movie about a book that shouldn't be made into a film?
think, well, first of all, it was an opportunity to work with Michael Winterbottom, and secondly, to work with the other actors who were in the film. It was mostly motivated by that. At the time, I didn't know anything about Tristram Shandy, and so it was purely just, as a creative endeavor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I was wondering, what is your favorite piece of Dickens literature, and why? And if you could make another film, a Dickens film, what would it be?
I think that probably Great Expectations has become my favorite. I think I was really, there was a, I think I would, well.
There's some tough questions today.
That the moment at the beginning of Great Expectations where you've got the innocent Pip who has gone back to steal from the man he considers his father, a man who is, full of unconditional love and represents everything that is good in the world. And Pip goes back and he's asked by a convict if he will still steal a file from his father's. His father's a blacksmith, and he steals a file so that he can file off the chains because he's run away from being imprisoned. And when Pip goes back to steal the file, which is such a huge leap for him in his world, he also grabs a piece of pie that he brings back for the convict. And there's something so heartbreaking in that moment. And, in a sense, he's passing on the unconditional love that he has learned from his adopted father, his uncle. And that moment of his giving that piece of pie to the convict also sets the course for the rest of his life, because the convict is so moved by the fact that this child who was just risking, not his life, but risking a huge amount to steal the file to begin with, has done something so profound. And that really hit me, And there was a day on set when Miss Havisham has decided that she's not going to keep Pip on anymore, and she's going to pay instead for him to apprentice with his Uncle Joe and stay. Pip by this point wants to see the rest of the world, and he has great expectations of himself and how he's going to move out into the rest of his life. And she basically, by apprenticing him or paying for the apprenticeship to his uncle, she's putting him in prison and saying, for the next 7 years, you are stuck here. I've shown you the world, but now I'm putting you in prison. And so there's a scene where Pip has come to me with his uncle to find out what his future looks like, and is told that he is going to basically be put in prison for the next 7 years. And I ask Joe and Pip to sign the deed that basically confirms that this is going to take place and they're going to receive the money for his apprenticeship. And when they sign, Pip knows how to write already better than Joe knows how to write. And so when the actors were standing there signing their names, and I think the camera was over our shoulders as they were scratching with this pen that had been dipped in ink. And they're scratching on the paper their signatures. And in the scene, Miss Havisham takes a blotter and blots on top of both of their signatures. And at one point, after the take, I looked at the bottom of the blotter, and there was Joe's scratchy, very primitive signature, and Pip's more mature, slightly cursive signature on the bottom of this piece of paper on the blotter. And it moved me to tears. There was something so, it just kind of distilled, I don't know, it distilled the whole story somehow. And I think somebody ended up framing that for the director, but I don't know why I've told you that story.
I don't know, but it was beautiful.
But
Beautiful story.
that's why I like Great Expectations more than the other stories.
I think we have time for this gentleman here. And then we're going to wrap her up.
Hi.
Hi.
That's my voice on a microphone. And I just want to say that X-Files has just been an incredible show for me. You know, I've been through difficult times, and it's helped me, you know, build more passion into seeking truth and everything, because I feel that's what's most important, you know, because people just want to know things. They want to know what's really happening. They want to know how to think right. They want to know what to do, you know, and you just, when you find shows that, like, connect with a part of yourself that seeks something, you know, it's just kind of like, you know, that's what I want to do with my life, too, you know. I just want to impact people in the right way, you know. It's just like finding yourself, you know, letting go of that ego, you know, and all that. I mean, what everyone else says. And it's just, that show just helped me, like, get this urge to, like, find someone like you, like, not like in a sexual way, but like in a way where you're like, you know, a partner, you know, like where you feel a true bond and connection with someone. And I am high right now. I'm high, okay? It's legal here, so it's all good.
Yeah.
In Colorado, too.
Hey.
That's good.
Thank you.
X-Files is awesome.
Hey,
Can I have a hug?
Do you have a question, bro?
He just wants a hug.
Is it okay if I have a hug?
No, probably not. No. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
But thank you. A virtual hug. This is a virtual hug.
Hey, folks. Thank you so much for coming out today. Give it up once more for Gillian Anderson.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Thank you.